Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into one of my favorite topics, when critics and fans go to war over a movie. We're talking about massive differences in reviews, like critics say trash, fans say masterpiece, or the reverse. We'll look at examples from today, the 2010s, and even the early 2000s. So grab a snack, because this is going to be a wild ride through Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, and the court of public opinion. Let's start with the big question. Why do critics and fans clash so often? It comes down to a few things. Critics often analyze film from a technical, artistic, or thematic lens. Fans usually watch for entertainment, for an experience, and connection. Critics see intent and execution, while fans react based on emotion and fun. Also, critics tend to see hundreds of films per year, so their baseline for good is very different from someone watching 1 to maybe 2 movies a month. This was a big one. Critics gave it a passable score, praising its fast pace and humor. But fans were split. Some enjoyed the lighter tone, others felt it lacked stakes and direction. The low IMDb and Metacritic user scores tell a totally different story. Fans either loved it or really didn't. Why? Burnout? Expectations? Maybe just some MCU fatigue. Critics hailed it as bold, subversive, and fresh. Fans? Many felt it betrayed the legacy of Luke Skywalker and broke too far from the franchise's identity. This wasn't just a disagreement, it became an online war. YouTubers, Reddit threads, fan edits, it exploded. This was a textbook example of how critics and fans can see two completely different movies. Here's a case where the fans and the critics were kind of close, but fans kept the movie alive. The critic response was, "It's dumb, but fun." Fans were like, "Yes, giant robots fighting monsters. Give it to me." It became a cult favorite, and you see people still fighting for it to this day. Now we're getting into guilty pleasure territory, my specialty. Critics tore this movie apart, said it was messy, uneven, and too campy. Fans? They loved the chaos. Tom Hardy talking to himself like a gremlin? Yes, please. This is where the critic-fan divide turned into memes and began a movement. Let's flip the script. Here, critics loved the slow burn, the dread, the tension, but many horror fans were bored or confused. They wanted jump scares and blood, and instead they got a Puritan dread and a goat named Black Phillip. It's a beautifully made film, but it's not for everyone, and that's totally okay. This movie was panned when it came out. Critics didn't get the satirical tone. Fans didn't either, especially among female horror fans and the LGBTQ+ audiences. It got reevaluated through a new lens, and now it's seen as ahead of its time. This is a rare case where critics caught up after the fans. So what does all this mean? Well, the critics and the fans are just different audiences with different goals. Critics judge the craft, fans judge the experience. Sometimes those align, sometimes they don't. And honestly, that's the beauty of cinema. Art isn't just made to be understood, it's made to be felt. So whether you trust Rotten Tomatoes or you trust your gut, just enjoy what you love. No shame in that. If you like this breakdown, hit that like button. Subscribe for more movie deep dives. Let me know in the comments, what's a movie you love and the critics hated? Or the other way around. See you guys next time.